For many of us, the idea of going off grid and starting a homestead also means quitting a job and making a living off of that homestead. While it's not easy, it can be done. And that's why today I'm going to share with you 10 ways that actually will make you money on your homestead. Ways that I've actually tried myself. But before we jump into them, there's something I need to share with you first. Something that I wish I learned earlier on. It's easy to produce a product off of your homestead, but do you have what it takes to market it and actually get it sold? If you're coming into homesteading from a business or marketing background, then making money off your homestead might come pretty natural to you. Learning these off-grid living skills are actually pretty simple. But if you're like me and you're coming in a homestead just because you want to live a simple life, but you still want to earn an income off what you do on your homestead, then you need to work on your sales and marketing. Trust me, that will go a long way towards success. It's not something that you should shy away from either. All you're trying to do is get your product, like nice healthy grown vegetables or an info-packed educational workshop, to people who actually want it. It's a win-win for all parties, so why not get good at it? Building that skill turned me from a farmer who once worked for 4 months, backbreaking, hard work, and only got paid $500 over that entire 4-month period. And I produced a lot of food. That's because my team and I had no clue how to get it sold. But now I actually make a living off my homestead by doing a variety of things. I have a seed store, I have this YouTube channel, I run a blog, I do consults, I do a variety of things that actually bring me an income. So that's why I'm here today, so I can share with you what worked for me. So let's get into it. Now, this is not an exhaustive list by any means. These are just 10 ideas that I've dabbled in and I've found success with. But I have a list of over 100 ideas of ways that a homesteader can make money off of their homestead. And I put together a list of those ideas for you that I'll link to down in the description below. So I'm going to start with my favorite, number 1 on the list, and that is by starting a seed company. I started a seed company last summer specializing in tropical fruit tree seeds, and within no time, it began to take off. With a little bit of branding, a solid product line, quick shipping, and fast response, I was able to build a little seed company that had about 3 or 4 sales a month to one that had about 30 to 40 sales per week. And it's still growing. And that was just through the power of Etsy. Sure, maybe my YouTube channel might have played a part in some of those seed sales, but I actually think that Etsy is what drove the majority of the sales to my seed company. And you know, having good prices didn't hurt. This business model works best if you have your own fruit trees that you can harvest seeds from. But it also works by getting seeds at your local farmer's market. So don't count that out if you don't already have an established orchard. At the very least, this seed business can pay for your fruit obsession. Now, an extension of the seed business is number 2 on the list, a plant nursery. It's only natural that if you have a seed business, you're gonna have extra seeds. So why not plant them? That's exactly what I do here. And from time to time, I run a sale. I'll sell 1 tree for $12 or 2 for $20, something like that, you know? And they tend to sell like hotcakes. I typically pot up 1,000 trees per year and sell almost every one of them. But you could easily sell more if you wanted to. There is a big market for well-priced, exotic, hard-to-find fruit trees, especially if you have some of those hard-to-find grafted or air-layered varieties, as well as other supporting plants such as ground covers, shrubs, and vines. Because when they're already coming in to buy a fruit tree, why not sell them a companion plant at the same time? They're already your customer. They're the easiest ones to sell to. Like I said, building your knowledge around sales and marketing can have a huge impact on whether you're profitable running something like a backyard fruit tree nursery. All right, so now with the experience and knowledge you've gained over the years living on your homestead, there's a lot of people who want to know what you know. So number 3 on the list is hosting educational workshops or putting together some sort of online program. In-person courses are a great way to build community and a great way to transfer knowledge with people in your local area. Whereas an online course could have a huge impact getting out there to more people that live further away from your local area. But bridge the gap between those two and you can be unstoppable. Create an online workshop with all that knowledge you have and then offer up a special add-on to those who really want to learn from you in person. And by doing that, you can really command a premium for those in-person workshops. Have a strategy like that and you'll see people come flocking to what you have to offer. I've seen people build their entire incomes off of this model, and they only host a few workshops each year. All right, now I should have made this number 1 on my list instead of number 4 on my list, because with a YouTube channel or a blog, it's not only a way to make money, but it's also a way to market what you have to offer as well. Now, as many of you know, I run a YouTube channel and I get paid from ads from YouTube. I get a little bit of commission from things that you buy from links that I put online. And sometimes I get sales for things like my seeds or my trees, or if I ever hold a workshop or have an ebook or something to offer. YouTube has been a really valuable avenue to be able to get sales for those things. That's why I think this should be number 1 on your list, because I really feel this is what creates the success for all of the other things that you're trying to do. I get requests from people all the time to offer them a consultation, or if I have any trees for sale, and I never even offer that to people. They just ask me. Now imagine if I actually had an offer out there offering my services as a consultant to other people going off grid, or, you know, being a little bit better with running my tree sales. I wouldn't be able to keep them in stock, and I wouldn't have enough time to do all the consultations. That's mainly because what of YouTube has to offer. It's granted me some sort of authority in my space here. I've positioned myself as sort of an off-grid homesteader here in the tropics, and people want to learn from what I've learned over the past 20 years. And that's a commodity. And if you package it up right, you can make money off of that. Who knew? I also get sponsorship offers just by having this channel. I've gotten free clothes, free tools, and I've even gotten a free cell phone plan from Mint Mobile. They're actually a partner with me on this video. They offered me free cell phone service in exchange for me sharing what I think about Mint Mobile here in Hawaii. So I took it for a test drive. I went to the Mauna to try it up there. I went to one of the few remaining sandy beaches in Puna to test it out how it worked there. And I went to see how it worked on the edge of a volcano. And how did it perform? Hello? 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 Yeah, I can hear you. How are you? Now, Mint Mobile is not just another fly by the seat of your pants kind of cell phone company that's just going to disappear in a few years. Mint Mobile is owned by Ryan Reynolds, who you may know as a famous Hollywood actor, but I like to think of him as the guy who took a crappy soccer team in England and turned them into champions. And I'm pretty sure he's going to do the same with Mint Mobile. And with plans starting at just $15, the prices blow away the competition. And right now, if you use my link, trymintmobile.com/home Hawaii, you'll get $15 for your first 3 months on the unlimited plan. So why keep paying high prices for your current cell phone plan? Make that switch to Mint Mobile and find that money that you've been looking for that new project on your homestead. Thanks, Mint Mobile, for the free cell phone plan, but we got to get back to what we came here for, right? 10 different ways that we can make money off of our homesteads. And we're on number 5, and that includes rentals. Rentals are something a lot of people think about doing when they're planning their move to an off-grid homestead. And I gotta say, it can work, but in the right circumstances. I, for one, hate Airbnb. I have seen it destroy communities. It wasn't originally intended for people to just rent out an extra room in their house or something, but it's turned into something where people buy up whole homes and leave it only for these vacation renters. They take these homes off the market, and local people can no longer afford to live in the place where they grew up. And are you going to be the one who comes out and contributes to that problem in the name of starting a homestead? Why not instead just create a nice long-term rental for a local family? Sure, you may not make as much money, but you're doing what is right. And you can still earn an income to have your off-grid homestead. That's a lot more admirable than going around and buying up ag land, putting Airbnbs on it, and just destroying what makes it agricultural in the first place. If you want to do that, go buy a hotel somewhere else instead. Keep agriculture land in agriculture hands. All right, number 6 on the list is consultations. Going out there and offering what you know to help other people get a leg up on what they're trying to achieve. Because maybe by now you've been on your homestead long enough that you know how to troubleshoot those water pumps, or you know how to make sure that your solar system is working properly, or you know how to grow vegetables really well, and others are having trouble. That sort of knowledge can get you paid. I've had some consultations pay me as much as $1,000 per hour. That's how lucrative they can be. And once again, a great way to set up a business like this is to get yourself a little YouTube channel to help build that authority so people come to you looking for what you know. Now, if being on camera and YouTube isn't your thing, there's still ways that you can make money off of your off-grid homestead. If you're a good writer, you can write blog posts about homesteading for other people who are running their own blogs. You don't have to set up a blog of your own, and you could get paid pretty good money doing it. I tried this out for a while, and I was getting paid $40 for a 1,000-word post, which took me about an hour, hour and a half to write. And I think these days I might be able to command maybe $60 for a 1,000-word blog post. I've seen those prices out there. All you got to do is sign up for an account on Upwork or Fiverr and post your services. That's what I did, and I found jobs pretty easily. Pretty confident that if you have some sort of basic skill in writing, you could make pretty good money in doing this from the comfort of your own homestead. But if it's growing food that really sparks your passion, then number 8 on the list would be specialty crops. Now, I was a market gardener for a long time, growing vegetables for a CSA, and that was hard work. And it was hard to actually make a living doing it. But getting yourself into a little niche market, like growing vanilla, cacao, or getting into some other specialty crops like kiave flower out here on the dry leeward sides of the islands, you can make a pretty good living off of that. There's not too many people growing these specialty products, and if you are able to market and brand yourself pretty well, you can make a lot of money in the specialty market niche. But I'd have to say this idea is for those of you who are really business savvy, because it's not easy running a business that is product based. So consider that if you're thinking about selling produce from your garden. All right, now that brings us to number 9 on the list, and that's the idea of maybe perhaps using your land to host retreats or events. If you have a unique piece of land that people are just amazed by when they come over, you may be able to use it to host weddings or corporate events or workshops that pay you money to have their event there. People love the idea of a natural, beautiful setting to host their retreats in, and yours may be the property that they're looking for. I once worked at a farm north of San Francisco where they hosted corporate events for a lot of these tech companies all the time, and they made a killing. They had a beautiful farm operation there and sold a lot of their produce, but the money they made from these events paled in comparison. So it's a great way to add additional income to whatever farming endeavors you're trying to partake in. It really helped take the stress off of their farming operations. And who knows, maybe you could work out these events where the attendees can do some weeding or harvesting for you. How cool would that be? Okay, we're down to the last idea that I have for you guys to make money on your homestead. And it's actually not a way for you to make money on your homestead. For number 10, it's keep your day job. Sometimes that's what you need to do to fund your homesteading endeavors. I hate to break it to you, but keeping your day job really is one of the most surest ways for you to get money in to your homestead. If you don't consider yourself entrepreneurial savvy, that may be the route that you want to take. You get a steady paycheck, money that could help fund endeavors on your homestead, like getting that new chicken coop or setting up a pond or aquaculture system. And then the job may not seem so bad if that's what you're working for building up your homestead. You may actually want to go to it because you know that back home, you have something that you're striving to achieve. So don't discount that day job. You can still go off grid while working. Okay, now there's one more thing that I wanted to share with you. Getting your homestead going depends not only on how much money you bring into the homestead, but how frugal you can be with what you have already. I made this video right here sharing tips with you on how you could develop your homestead on a budget so you don't have to make as much. I'm sure it'll save you thousands over the long run. So why don't you just take a few minutes today and watch it right now? All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Ahui ho.